Hey, good evening, friends. It is our inaugural mental health check in here on YouTube, bringing this over from another platform where it had a very successful run and a very unfortunate ending. So, we'll get a few more folks in here, but the rules are pretty basic here. There really are no rules. We just kind of are here to support each other. So I would love to hear the good things that are going on in your life. I'd love to hear the not so good things that are going on in your life. We're here to share good news. We are here to carry one another's burdens and just kind of spend some time together. We'll be doing this a couple of times a week. We'll do this on most Monday nights. On Wednesday nights, we will continue here on YouTube with the tradition from the other platform of doing trivia kind of nostalgia type night. So looking forward to that. Good evening, Kat from North Carolina. Always one of my ardent supporters on lots of different platforms. Kat, appreciate you being here. We've had kind of an unseasonably warm day here. It got up about 45 degrees here, which is pretty warm for January in Indiana. Our high Friday, they're saying 65, which is almost unheard of in January in Indiana. So looking forward to that. I fully expect some more folks to pop in for throughout the evening. We'll hang out here for a while. On the other platform where I did these, we often had 6, 7, 800 people join us. So it's probably going to take a while to build some momentum up since I'm starting from scratch again. But let us know what's going on in your life. We had our final church service, weekly church service on Sunday, and from January through April, through Easter, we go to just 2 times a month. Our building is 170 years old, and it's very difficult to heat. Tony is here, also from North Carolina. Tony, it's good to see you, my friend. Please meet Kat. Kat and I first became acquainted on Twitter actually quite a few years ago. And I think we first crossed paths because of Sven Gulli. I could be wrong about that, but that's probably right, Kat. And Kat also is in North Carolina. 70s here later in the week. I'll take 65. Oh my gosh, my hair's a wreck. But pretty warm here. 11 folks in today, so that's good. Yeah, Kat, let us know where you are in North Carolina. You guys may be neighbors. Life is pretty good here. I struggle a lot in the wintertime. We're fortunate. We've had more sunshine than usual here in Indiana. So today was a very sunny day. I actually went outside, did just a little bit of yard work, just picked up some sticks and filled the feeders, and it got a little chilly out there. And yeah, I thought that was Sven Gulli was how we met, Kat. And Tony and I first crossed paths on TikTok. That was the first time that we crossed paths, and we've been friends ever since. Tony has got some really good news. Tony, when you get a chance, tell us about your son who is starting his first year in something pretty special this year. That's some really, really good news. Tony's wife and daughter are both teachers. If I'm not mistaken, they're both special ed teachers. We always keep them in our thoughts and prayers because what a service they're doing, and what a difficult job that is, especially in the current state of the world. So, Tony, I appreciate all that your family is doing. So, y'all, don't be shy. Jump in. Let us know what's going on in your life. Let us know how things are going for you. We had a good holiday. Spent Christmas Day with. I've actually been to Blowing Rock, Kat. I don't know if we ever talked about that or not. Tony's son just finished his first semester of law school. That's a big deal. I remember when I finished my first semester of seminary, what a feeling of accomplishment that was. And I'm sure that that is absolutely nothing compared to law school. Hoping Jimmy pops in here, a fellow who also has been really supportive on the other platform that I lost. To bring Kat up to speed, on TikTok, we did these on Monday nights, had a lot of people pop in, did it for almost 5 years. And while I was on vacation, they banned my account for, quote, repeated violations of community standards. Anybody that has followed me for any length of time knows that I don't really violate community standards, and I still have no idea what's going on. Um, and, Tony is a stand up guy. He's really, really inspiring. Um, I went to Southern in Louisville, Kentucky, Southern Baptist Theological Seminary in Louisville, Kentucky. Tony went to college at Baptist Bible College in Springfield, Missouri, and seminary at SBTS. Um, and don't claim Baptist anymore, not a Baptist anymore, but that is where I got my formal education at. Um, you know, my TikTok account was all about good vibes and music and nostalgia, and it was a big part of my life for about 5 years. I will admit that losing that account actually had a pretty big effect on me because I had gathered friends like Tony and Jimmy and GC Gal and Morgan, and the list just goes on, and we would get together twice a week. Folks from all over the country, sometimes from all over the world. And on Monday nights, we would talk about what's going on in our lives and our own mental health. And on Wednesdays, we'd share trivia and music and things like that. And, had about 20,000 followers there. It was difficult. Not a thing, Tony, not a thing. Tried to appeal, no response, tried to create another account, banned, two, as a matter of fact, banned the minute I created them, within minutes of creating them. Did little digging on Reddit and some other forums, and it seems like around the first of the year, there was thousands of people the same thing happened to. Some were able to create new accounts, some were not. Um, I'm sure and you can't reach a real human. It's all AI moderated these days, I think. Um, so pretty frustrating, pretty frustrating. And I admit, I'm still a little angry about it. Still more than a little bit angry about it. Tony, how is school going for your wife and your daughter this year? Things going okay out there? And are you still traveling a lot for work? Tony would often check in from exotic, remote places. I did change the email, change devices, did everything I knew what to do. Try to create on the laptop, try to create on the phone, on the tablet, and I don't know. I even went to another place thinking might be IP banned, that where I would have a different IP, and still same result, same result. And at that point, I was just beating myself up, and it was just best for me, for my own mental health, just to do my best to let it go. Yeah, really crazy. But apparently, it happened to thousands and thousands of people over the holidays. Tony or Kat had a new grandson over the Christmas holidays. Kat, how many is this? That's quite a few for you, right? Kat is a very talented woodworker. I've got to see some of his work on Twitter, and a fellow cat lover. Uh, so he and I became fast friends over the cat thing, of course. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. Thank you so, so much. By the way, I have got hooked on this is only number two. I don't know why I thought you had more grandkids than that. By the way, on the back is a live stream of New York City, which you all know is one of my favorite places in the entire world. And I've got hooked on these live streams from places around the world. This guy straps on a camera and just goes walking in New York City, and I absolutely love it. While I'm working here at my desk, I'll have that on, and I'll just glance over, and I'll see someplace I recognize or see a neighborhood that I've been in. It's really cool. No sound with it, just scenes. Um, so anyway, well, I hope you spoiled both of those grandkids. Yeah, so Cat Tony has been collecting vinyl records. He got a record player. That was for Christmas, right, Tony? Not birthday. That was for Christmas. Or maybe you bought it for yourself. Bought it for yourself. Um, Yesterday, he sent me a message. He had got Chuck Mangione uh, on vinyl. That's become such a big hobby. Beldy, I appreciate you taking care of the cats. I know that or I get the sense, I don't know we've really talked about this, but I get the sense that you have um, taken care or are taking care of some feral cats, and I really appreciate you doing that. Several viewers in here. It is all about the hunt. My thing is bluegrass and old time folk music. There used to be a record company called Kicking Mule Records. They were around in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. They were a small independent record company. I used to have a bunch of Kicking Mule records, and I have no idea what ever happened to them. So, Tony, where do you go hunt for records? Do you go like Goodwill, secondhand stores, or do you go to real record stores? What's my husband's name? I don't have a husband. I have a wife. Her name is Holly. I have a dog. His name is Gabriel. I have two tortoises and a turtle. Your wife and I will feed any cat that stops by. Man, I appreciate that so, so much. You guys are awesome for taking care of those cats. Hi, Joshua. It is good to meet you. Thank you for being here. I love your screen name, the amazing, energetic Joshua. Our Monday nights are mental health check ins. It's just a chance for us to connect with one another, to let us know what's going on in your life. If you've got a prayer request, please feel free to drop it in there. We'll add it to our prayer list or to my church's prayer list, or keep it private. We'll, if you've got something that's bothering you, let us know, and we will certainly talk with you about that. Cats are awesome. They really, really are. We lost our two a year and 2 years ago. CAT was 20. Sophie was almost 19. They had long, long, full, healthy lives. Both were healthy up to the end, and I still miss them terribly. And was not looking to get another pet. But then Gabriel showed up, and man, he has just been the best. By the way, if you guys do Instagram, you can follow Gabriel the Rescue Dog on Instagram. Local shops and booths and markets. I am not interestingly enough, I did a DNA test a year and a half ago because I'm adopted and had no idea. And my biggest ethnic background is Welsh, which is kind of interesting. Welsh, Northern England, a little bit of German, and some Irish, specifically the Donegal area. Oh man, so y'all look and see what Joshua is saying here. Haven't we all been involved in those relationships that are not really good for us? And we know they're not good for us, right? We know that it's to our own detriment that we stay in those things. Um, so we will absolutely send good vibes and pray for you, Joshua. Um, Sometimes, as humans, aren't we just gluttons for punishment? I know I am. I feel like the benefit of age is I've kind of gotten over that. Um, and sometimes those dysfunctional relationships are our comfort zones. They're the place where we feel most comfortable. Um, One of the hardest things you will ever do, and maybe Kat and Tony want to talk about this, Joshua, maybe you do. One of the hardest things you'll ever do as a human being is to step out of your comfort zone, step out of that place where you've always been. And sometimes our comfort zone is misery. I don't know why that is, but I've been there. So I can absolutely relate. Um, oh my gosh, Kat, I love that story. I love introducing people to Gabriel. I have a shirt. I'll try to get it for my next live. I'd have to go dig it out. But a good friend of mine made me a shirt that's got a picture of Gabriel on the front of it. It says Dog Dad Established 2025. And on the back it says, Ask me about my dog. And I have a folder in my phone of nothing but pictures of Gabriel. And when we were on vacation in Florida 3 weeks ago, man, I got to tell so many people about that dog. um, so Kat and Tony and whoever else is in here, if you scroll up to the comments, please, if whatever your way of showing support is, it could be saying a prayer, it could be lighting a candle, it could be just sending good vibes out into the universe. Joshua's in a pretty tough situation. Um, Joshua, if you go to my channel, I do a series called Monday Reflections. They're kind of a little 2-minute talk with a slideshow where I address various parts of life. This morning's was about how it's okay just to be surviving, how we don't always have to be accomplishing something, how we don't always have to be on top of our game. That was what this morning's was about. But if you go to my channel, just look for the Monday Reflections and watch a couple of those. And Tony, that's a great point. Thank you for mentioning that. And by the way, Tony is actually the one that's responsible for those Monday Reflections happening. I He encouraged me to start doing that, and it's something I have really come to look forward to putting together. I typically start putting them together on Friday, getting my ideas together, and then I'll usually write them on Saturday or Sunday, and then record them on Sunday mornings. And I pair them with my original photography, which is always a lot of fun to do, to try to go through all my thousands of photos and try to find some that will fit. Well, this is Monday Night Mental Health Check-In. It's just a chance to connect with one another. Well, thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. I think I look at life a little bit differently, and that's probably because of my age. Betsy, it's good to see you. Oh, and I recognize your screen name. Another refugee from TikTok. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here tonight. I'll bring you up to speed in case you didn't hear. Joshua checked in a little bit ago, and Joshua is really struggling right now. He is in a dysfunctional relationship, and he's struggling to leave. He's struggling to make that break. And we were talking for a minute about how it's hard to leave our comfort zone. Sometimes those dysfunctional relationships are our comfort zones. They are really all that we have known. So y'all send some good vibes, or however you like to do it, to Joshua. Gotta quit taking my hat off. I didn't realize how much of a wreck I looked like today. And in these mental health check-ins, sometimes there's silence. Sometimes we're just here with each other. and that's hard for me. I find it hard to be silent. We did have nice holidays. You know, we went to Florida for Holly's birthday the week before Christmas, and that was absolutely amazing. That week accomplishes a couple of things. It lets Holly get away and really celebrate her birthday because being born so close to Christmas, you know, that day gets kind of mixed up with Christmas. So she gets to actually have a real birthday. And for me, it's good to get away from winter for a little bit. I found that trip really, really helpful. Oh, I'm so sorry you've been sick since Christmas. Uh, is it cold, flu, COVID? Do you know what it is? Um, I'm glad you've gotten better as the day goes on. One of the treasurer of our church, her father is in his early 80s, and he just spent a couple of days in the hospital with flu A, really very ill. And you know, when you get up to be in your 80s, the flu can absolutely be deadly. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Did you at least get to spend Christmas with part of your family? Great point, Kat. Great bringing that up. Attachment styles. That's a big deal. Morgan has not found me that I'm aware of. I hope she does. And those of you that are still on TikTok, let them know that I'm over here if you don't mind. Uh, well, good. I'm glad you had a great Christmas. We went to Gina's, Holly's sisters, spent a few hours over there. We were at, not Big, Ollie's Discount Outlet. I don't know, Tony and Joshua and Kat, if you have Ollie's where you are, but it's kind of like a Big Lots. Ollie's is awesome. And they had these ugly Christmas sweater kits. They had all kinds of stuff in them. So we bought those, and then Holly went to Goodwill and bought sweaters for all of us. And we spent the afternoon making our own ugly Christmas sweaters, and it was awesome. Ollie's is absolutely about the hunt because you never know what you're going to find when you go into an Ollie's, right? You just never know. We found some really good stuff there. Cat's a car guy. Cat, did you make it all the way through through the Svengoolie movie on Saturday night? You cannot until I get the required number of watch hours, which I don't have. I'm hoping these lives will really help with that. I'm going to experiment on Wednesday with putting a link to my Buy Me a Coffee page in the comments and see if that will work. Um, but you got to have a certain amount of watch hours to be able to send gifts on TikTok, and I don't have that yet. I'm really am starting over from scratch again. I was telling Tony before you popped in. I was digging in some forums, and around the holidays, thousands and thousands of people got banned from TikTok, um, from all over the world, and like me, they are all sure they did not break any community standards. He kind of goes fast and has a bow tie. I want to see the new Neil Diamond movie too, Song Sung Blue. That looks really, really good. I didn't quite. Matter of fact, I made it till about 9:30, um, and then I don't remember anything else till I got up for church the next morning. I just completely crashed out there on the couch. Holly made a big bowl of popcorn, and uh, yeah. And after I had that, I sit there on the couch, and the next thing I knew, the TV was off. Um, yeah, doesn't that suck? I mean, I felt like my channel was really useful for a lot of people. Tony and Chevy Gal, You guys know what our Monday nights were like. We had hundreds of people come in. We had people come in and share some really deep stuff. We had people come in that had lost children, and just, we were able to talk with them and help a little bit. And it was tough. It was tough for me to lose that, because even though I know that I didn't do anything wrong, um, I felt like I let people down, and I still feel that way. Well, Belty, Kat, I don't know if we have talked about this before on the Twitter. My first car, my first car was also a Biscayne, but it was a '63, and it was also a three on the tree. That is right. Yes, it was a three on the tree. I didn't sell enough for that. And that's another thing, Tony. I was constantly getting bombarded with them wanting me to be a part of the TikTok store, the TikTok. That's not what they call it, TikTok shop. And I kept turning it down and turning it down and turning it down. And you know what? That just now clicked with me. That just now clicked. That may have been a part of it. Speaking of the '63 Biscayne, I sold that and bought the only new car I've ever owned in my entire life. The only brand new car I've only ever owned in my entire life. I bought a 1974. I bought a 1974 Chevrolet Nova. I loved that car. Um, Even before I got banned, Tony, as I would scroll through my feed, I would never see Franco. I would never see, I would hardly ever see you. It was shop, 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 shop. That was everything that I saw on there. You guys are helping me tonight. You're making me feel a little bit better, and I really appreciate that. I'll share a little good news. With winter coming on, our food pantry has experienced, I won't say an explosion, but enhanced need from our community, quite a bit. And our community at large has um, really stepped up. Folks that don't even go to our church, folks that aren't even affiliated with our church in any way, have been showing up with boxes of food, with clothing, with coats, with socks, with the needs that people have, and we have been so incredibly blessed in that way. Um, I love my Nova. It was a great car. It was metallic bronze. I remember the color. I picked it out, had like those metal flakes in it, and it was a hatchback, two-door hatchback. I really liked that car. And it's the only car I've ever totaled. I didn't total it. Somebody ran a red light and broadsided me. But that was a great car. Had only an AM radio. I will work hard. I'll do that. I have been working hard at this. I've been doing lives a few times a week of some different things that trying to get my watch hours up. I've been doing some bird feeder lives, which has proven to be pretty popular. People are enjoying watching the birds at the feeder. Uh, '68 Chevy Camaro. Oh my gosh. What color was it, Tony? I'm kind of surprised. They brought a lot of cars back. The Mustang, Charger, Challenger. I'm kind of surprised they have never brought a Nova back. Um, and maybe they have, and I just missed it. But I'm kind of surprised they haven't done that. Oh my gosh, I bet that was beautiful. I bet it was a beautiful car. If you have a picture of it, Tony, post it on our group on Facebook. By the way, I do have a group on Facebook, a private group called Rick's Rambles. It's all about music and nostalgia and things like that. Y'all are welcome to come join us if you would like to. The other car I really liked that I had, I'm not a car guy. You know, cars are just a way to get from point A to point B for me. Um, the other car that I had that I really liked was a 77 Cutlass. I've always been fond of the Oldsmobile Cutlasses. And it was like a banana yellow with a black vinyl top. Can't remember what they call those vinyl tops that were like 3/4 of the way back, or no, not 3/4, like a quarter of the way back. Um, I did not know that they had brought back Novas in 1990. Landau top. Was that what they called those? The Landau top? Oh my gosh, that sounds awesome, Tony. A year and a half ago, our Kia Soul, which is still a great car, still a great car. Um, at 260,000 miles, we decided we didn't want to take road trips in it anymore, so we decided to retire it to just running around town, and we bought a Mazda CX-5, more SUV type crossover. And my very first Mazda, I've never had a Mazda before. Really liked that car a lot. It's been a good one for us. Sold it for a truck. I sold my last truck probably 10 years ago. Um, I love, so Kat and I watch Svengoolie on Saturday nights, and there's a Twitter party that goes on, and I can always count on Kat when there's a car on the movie. He'll pop in and tweet what kind of car it is and what year it is and so on. Oh, I remember those Nissan trucks. What was the Datsun? What was the Datsun sports car? Was it like a ZX something? You guys remember the Datsun sports car? I think these were in the mid 70s. I can see it in my mind. Datsun 328. Yeah, I liked those a lot. There are two cars I always thought I would like to have, never had the opportunity. One was a Carmen Ghia, love the Carmen Ghia, and the Opel Kadett. Do you guys remember the Opel Kadett? That was the cutest little thing. 280ZX. 280ZX. Yes, that's exactly the one I was thinking of. Datsun 280ZX. Was that in the 70s, Cat? It strikes me that was probably in the mid to late 1970s, but I might be wrong about that. And GC Gal, you were mentioning this was your first day back. I'm assuming you meant today was your first day back to work, and I'm glad you at least felt good enough to go back to work. 240Z, 280ZX. I remember both of those. I'm glad you felt up to going back. And y'all can help me out by kind of spreading the word about doing this, about coming live on YouTube. Our next one will be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, same time. We're going to be talking about 70s music that night, which will be a fun one. Oh my gosh, those first few days back when you're starting to feel human, those are great, aren't they? Oh, I remember the CSX. Thank you, uh, Betsy. Appreciate it. So we'll hang around for a few more minutes here. This is a small group tonight, but that's okay. We're getting used to doing a new platform, and I'm sure people will stumble upon us. We'll talk about 70s music on Wednesday night. Um, Not a lot going on for me this week. We've got a pretty light week this week, which is good because we were really busy over the holidays with gigs and church and vacation and everything else. Next week starts practice for the Flachio, the Irish music competition that we do every year. Practice starts next week for that, and that will happen in May in St. Louis. It's going to be in St. Louis this year. You know what? Every time I do a Facebook Live, I get like one person. It's just not. It just doesn't seem to be working for me. I should give it another try. Actually talked with an engineer today, and we're working out to go finish everything up. So I have a goal of doing that. I told him I really would like to do this in mid-April. I mean, like wrap it up by then. So we'll see how that goes. I'll wait to hear back. Not a lot happens in that world around the holidays. You're welcome, Kat. It is always a treat to see you, whether it's on Twitter or Blue Sky or here on YouTube live. I'm not even sure what time it is. It's 8:35. We'll hang around for just a few more minutes. Joshua, if you are still here, please know that you are in our prayers, in our thoughts. Please feel free to reach out anytime. Cat's good people. He takes care of those that can't take care of themselves. I love that album, Tony. Jonathan Livingston Seagull, I love that album. Hated the movie. I thought the movie was just awful, but I love that album. I've seen Neil Diamond twice, and one of them was on the Jonathan Livingston Seagull tour at Market Square Arena in Indianapolis, Indiana. Oh, I'll share something with you guys. My wife and I have tickets to see Bob Dylan in March. I'm really excited about that. I've never seen Dylan live, and he's coming to Muncie, Indiana, which is about an hour from me. And I am so incredibly excited about that. He's going to be at Ball State University. Toasty, it's good to see you. I think you've been in one of my rooms before. Thank you so much. I know who James Cameron is, but I don't know that I've ever seen a picture of him, so I will have to look that up. No, tickets were like $75. I thought that was really reasonable. I would not have gone if they'd been hundreds of dollars. So we've got pretty good seats, and Emmons Auditorium is not a huge place. It's going to be kind of an intimate show. So I think it's going to be, I'm just so excited about it. So, Tony Barry Manilow does have lung cancer, and I've not seen an update. I saw him post something 3 or 4 days ago, and to me, it didn't sound especially encouraging. So, yeah, that's, he's been a big part, for those of us that are music fans, he's been a big part of many of our lives. Yeah, if you get a chance, go follow his page on Facebook. He's been good about keeping people updated. But man, what a career, what a career he has had. Oh my gosh, every time I start to get discouraged, feeling old, I think about friends of mine who didn't make it. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, he had to cancel all of his shows, I think. So Barbara Eden has got to be in her, she's got to be in her 90s, right? Computer, how old is Barbara Eden?
Barbara Eden is 94 years old and was born on August 23rd, 1931.
94 years old and coming to an event. That's amazing. And I saw a picture of her recently. She looked incredible for being 94 years old. I never was much of a fan of I Dream of Jeannie. She absolutely does not look 94. She looks younger than me. Is it, Tony, is it like an autograph show or?
At got a brand new
Computer
version
stop. Tony, is it like a autograph show or a Comic Con or something she's coming to? While Tony is having a chance to answer, you guys. Um, but Kat, is she coming? Is it like a Comic Con or an autograph show? Sorry about that. Over my shoulder, you see the big boy statue there. I've told this story on TikTok, but that's one of my absolute prized possessions. I love Frisch's big boy. Love the big boy. And one of my friends was at a rummage sale or something and picked up this big boy statue and gave it to me because he knew I loved it so much. He is no longer with us. He passed in 2023, and every time I look over and see that, which is multiple times a day, I always see them. There is still one in Anderson. Yeah, there sure is. It's awesome too. Our favorite place in Anderson has turned into Riviera Maya on Scatterfield Road. I love that place. Do they still have the breakfast buffet? Shoney's. So we didn't have Shoney's around here. I think Shoney's and Frisch's were owned by the same company. I could be wrong about that. But, they were not identical, but they were very, very similar. But we had Shoney's in Tennessee, and that's where I got acquainted with them. That Riviera Maya is awesome. We've always had great service there. It's one of the one-woman shows. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. I didn't realize Shoney's was started in Tennessee, but it makes sense. There used to be one right in downtown Gatlinburg. I don't know if it's still there or not. Gatlinburg got much too crowded and much too commercial for me, and so I avoided it. When we go down that way, we have started staying in Townsend, which is over on the Cades Cove side of the park, a lot less crowded. Bob's Big Boys makes me think of Bob's Burgers. That's one of my favorite shows. Yeah, Bob's Big Boy out west. I didn't know she was at the Gift and Hobby Show. Did you know Holly and I did the radio play? It's a Wonderful Life. That was a lot of fun. I like those kind of events. That's where I met James Doohan, Scotty from Star Trek. He did one of those one-man shows before he passed. Well, obviously before he passed. He couldn't do it after he passed. Yeah, he is sacked out in the back room. I thought he might hear me talking and come out here, but he was sleeping sound when I came in here. He's the best boy. He's just such a good boy. Yeah, it was an awesome show. It was called Star Trekking with Scotty. The topic is going to be, he's a good boy. He is such a good boy. The topic is going to be 70s music. 70s music on Wednesday night. I figure that's a good one to start here on TikTok with. So you all start thinking about your favorite 70s music, and we'll be going live at 8 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday night talking about 70s music. And of course, Dylan, who we're seeing in just a few weeks, will fit right in there. Well, gang, this has been a lot of fun. I think we're going to go on and cut it out a little bit early tonight. First night on YouTube, I think, was a success. Y'all that are still on TikTok, afternoon delight. Oh, thank you, Tony. Thank you for being here, Kat, Betsy, Joshua, everybody else. Appreciate you guys being here tonight. I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to do some daytime ones also to try to get some more people to be part of it. But I appreciate you all helping me get my watch hours up so we can kind of get back to where we were. Thank you so much. And I'm going to end like we always end on TikTok. It's the way I end my podcast. Be kind. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Be kind to as many people as you can, as often as you can. We'll start right now. We'll make the world a better place. We'll see you all on Wednesday, if not before.